Last month, my coaching business did 30 grand. Month before that, around 40. Month before that, about 35. But 2 years ago, absolutely nothing. Zero. Maybe made 300 quid. And the mad thing is, I'd done 10 years of property, done over 10 million pounds worth of property deals, knew more than 99% of people. I had all the results, I had everything that I could possibly need to teach people how to get started in property, but I wouldn't launch. I kept talking myself out of it. And then when I did eventually start helping people, I got it all wrong in how I positioned my offer. It wasn't scalable, it wasn't sellable, it wasn't something anybody wanted. Everything changed when I killed 4 specific limiting beliefs. And I've had conversations with people only this week who've got exactly the same limiting beliefs about their coaching business and their coaching abilities. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what they were and how to get rid of them. If you are somebody with real expertise in property, in finance, in fitness, in business, in marketing, and you're sitting on there thinking, who would pay me for this knowledge? Who would actually believe in me to be their coach? I promise you, you need to watch this video and you need to watch it all the way to the end. Belief number 4 is actually the one that unlocks all of the money. Number 1, and I hear this almost on every single call, who would pay me for what I know? And I get it, I completely understand it. I'd done property for 10 years. I'd sat on the idea of coaching for about 4 of those years. I was thinking, right, I've done all these property deals, I've made all the mistakes, I've got all the market knowledge, I've got a mentor of my own. Who would actually pay me to teach them about property? And once I realised that people weren't just paying for information, and the penny dropped actually when I had somebody in the gym that came and spoke to me, a friend of mine doing really well in his own business, and he was asking me loads of questions about buying his own property and his extension he wanted to put on it. And the penny dropped for a moment for me. It was like, actually I do have the knowledge that people want, but also people don't want to pay for information. Anyone can find information on YouTube like this, but people want to pay for clarity. They have their own specific question and you can help them with the answer. They want to know where to go. They want to know exactly what to do, and they want to know your experience in it. They are paying for you, they are paying for your previous expertise and knowledge in this subject or field. For example, you can watch these YouTube videos, watch the one that you are watching now, but you might have to watch 10 minutes to find the information. People want to pay for a mentor so they can get the answers straight away, they can go to the source, and they can cut through all of the noise. They also want proximity to someone that's done it, not just yourself, but anybody else that is in the course within the community. For example, if you're a PT and there's somebody that has lost a lot of weight or got that 6-pack, the person that hasn't wants proximity and to be close to someone that has done it. It's more believable, right? It's not just your chiseled gods on Instagram or social media that you can see. It's someone that's done that, and it feels more real when you sat in the room with people that have had the same problem but got out of it and managed to fix that problem too. And this is what happened when I started Size Property Academy. Those people with £50,000 in the bank wanting to invest in property, knew that 90% of millionaires invest in property, but they'd heard the mate at the pub tell them bad stories, or they'd heard the news, and they were paralysed. They just didn't know where to go and how to start it. And they wanted access to someone that had done it and could get them to their end goal a lot quicker than they could themselves, and even having the discipline to do it themselves. And I could walk them through it all. I could take them from stuck to property deal in a shorter amount of time than they could on their own, and that is what people wanted to pay for. And when I realised that, that's when I could grow my business from very little to well over £30,000 a month regularly. So if you have the knowledge, it doesn't matter in what industry, people want to pay for it. If you've got experience, if you've got the expertise, people absolutely do want to pay for it no matter what. Belief number 2 is I'm not expert enough. And this one's a bit brutal because the more you know, the worse it gets. As we get older, weirdly, the naivety and the innocence that we have when we're younger goes, and we become more self-conscious, and we actually think we need to know more than we actually do. You can see the gaps. You can see the gaps in other people's knowledge, and then you can see them in yourself and think, there's people further ahead than me, and there's people that know things more than I do. Then you go into this cycle. I need more proof. I need to do another course. I need to sit on my idea for longer. And then years go by and you never get started, and you continue to tell yourself the same story. And actually, here's the reframe that changed everything for me. And someone said it to me, you don't need to know everything. You just need to be a little bit further along than anybody else. If you know something about something, you just need to know 5% more than the person that you are helping to be able to help them. And fundamentally and realistically, if you have a passion, a knowledge, a hobby, or an expertise, you are way further along than you even think than anybody else. For example, if someone's never invested in property and never bought a single buy-to-let, I don't need to be a billionaire property developer with thousands of units. I just needed to have bought my own buy-to-let. I can then talk my friend, Henry in this case, through the process of how I bought my first buy-to-let. I'm an expert in his eyes because I've already done it and I've got the experience. And that is just buying one buy-to-let. If you have multiple buy-to-lets in my case, or experience in buying properties, I'm already a lot further along than most people in that space. People want help and coaching and guidance from people they can trust, they can resonate with, and they have walked the path. And it doesn't have to be miles ahead. Sometimes if you're a little bit closer to them, it makes it a little bit more believable and a little bit more trustworthy. They want someone to look them in the eye and say, I know where you've been, I've done it recently, I can help you get to the point that you want to get to. And actually, as you're watching this, that person is you already. You're there, you're already further ahead than the person that wants coaching from you. Belief number 3, and this is fundamentally getting your offer right, but I need to do one-to-one coaching. This came from a sales call that I did the other day with a guy called Peter. He says, I've got to do one-to-one coaching. I'm going to build it up and do it slowly. The first part of that's exciting because Peter in this case had already decided that he wanted to do coaching and he had the ability to do coaching. Absolutely awesome step. But fundamentally, I think his idea and his structure on how he was going to do it is slightly wrong. I did it the other way. I built an online video course, tried to sell it for £97, and I made 4 sales. No one needs a video library. They've already got YouTube. You're not going to pay any more for it. And one-to-one coaching, people don't necessarily always want that personal one-to-one high ticket coaching. They want a community. They want access to you. They want some access to videos. They want a little bit of everything. So it is positioning your offer right and creating something around group coaching. As I've said, the community is what everyone really wants. In my case, in the Property Academy, we do Tuesday night calls at 7:30. We do it for an hour. We have a presentation, we have guest speakers, we have Q&As. We see other people on that call as well, 20 or 30 of other people that are in the same position, the same boat. We hear questions from other people and we feel comfortable and confident that there are other people having the same struggles and challenges that I am or we are, or even people that are a little bit further ahead. Once people get into that community, it feels safe, they have places to ask questions that's comfortable, and they can make progress themselves. The beauty of group coaching, you can do the group coaching modules once a week. The questions become the content, so you can keep, there's an infinite amount of ideas that come into you, and you can have thousands of people in that group coaching call. There's no ceiling to your income. The group coaching side of stuff, you can have as many people in there as you want. One-to-one coaching, you only have so many hours in a week. Video courses, nobody wants them. The group coaching is a perfect balance of both. Belief number 4, I can't run ads, I'm scared of them. Running ads is a waste of money. This is the big money unlock. This is the thing that should change your life. So you understand the model, you know you can coach, and you know roughly what the offer is going to be. Now you need to get in front of people to get them into your course. And this is where people freeze again, because the limiting belief is, I don't know about ads, I don't want to waste money, it becomes scary. The fear of losing money is very often a greater force than the excitement of earning money and gaining money. So if you don't know how to run ads and it's scary, Meta's a big scary place, you don't know how to do the creative, it becomes a barrier and a block. We then think, oh, we'll just promote through our organic social platforms and eventually people will come into my course. The truth is, it takes a long time and a lot of effort for you to start making sales in organics alone. Meta ads changed everything for me. Imagine putting £1 into the machine and getting £5 out. You do that at scale, it changes your life. At the moment, we spend anything from £5,000 to £10,000 on Meta ads, depending on what we are doing at the time, and we can get anything between £30,000 and £50,000 at the back end. We always look at a 5 to 6 times ROAS, if not more, and we continually try to improve that. But imagine how quickly you could scale your business with that sort of return on investment. The structure of a good ad is not that complicated and not that difficult to do. Creative is really important. But we fundamentally find out what the pain point is that you're trying to solve, we call out that pain point, and we tell them very quickly how we can get a solution for them and what the solution is. If someone resonates with that, we go into a book a call, we speak to them, and we try and close them at the back end. It is not complicated, it is not scary. If anything, it should be getting you excited. If you're not comfortable on camera yet, static ads are working great. We're even doing a little bit of AI. We can get people to do UGC, user-generated content for you too. There are loads of options if you do not feel comfortable being in front of the camera regularly. Once you set up the ads, we have a back-end nurture sequence which keeps people engaged. We give something to them, we tell them a little bit about ourselves, and we build the nurture so people feel more comfortable with us and they feel like they know us better. So the closing element is a little bit easier. People who are scared of ads stay stuck. People who figure it out, or at least have the confidence to start and try, start building profitable businesses. These beliefs held me back for a long time. Some of it was lack of knowledge, some of it was not knowing what to do next. If any of this video has resonated and you want a little bit more help from me or my team, click on the link below, book a call. If not, I'll see you in the next video.